Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Shonda's Gaming YouTube channel. Here we are here today with episode 2 of My Team Career Mode. Take us straight after the aftermath of that first episode. If you have not seen it, be sure to watch it. It's a definite good one to watch. But yeah, a spoiler zone right now. You've got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We did not have a great time in the first episode. We qualified pretty highly, but a battle with Gasly that led to a bump, which then knocked us down, and then Latifi knocked us off the track, and we broke our wing, couldn't get the power down, and span it into a wall. It was a bit of a rough time, but we're going to look to make amends in the Spanish Grand
The
Prix.
personnel department has asked us to deal with this. We have a couple of options here. Take your time. What you decide to do will have consequences.
But firstly, we have to pick from a new department events that can happen on. So this one is more training. We can either, because Schwartzman has been really hitting their stride in the simulator recently. While they're in the zone, should we get them to focus on pace or awareness? Absolutely, we should go for pace.
You handled it well. Thanks.
And that is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to get some more stuff in here. We could probably just fit all of them like a glove perfectly. Yeah, we forgot about the fuel in the last one. Let's see if we could get some R&D going. So let's get some Fagani flaps. We did do that. We could get the engine cover. We could get him... Get some improvements on the energy stores. And let's get the roll dampeners. And we should be good. Aero and chassis are a really good thing to invest in early for being able to like drive the car in the straights and the turns. Hopefully we can get them to pass so that we can have a nice upgraded car for Spain. We have a little bit of a gap. We've done all the activities. So as for 2 chassis ones do pass. And so does the aero. Nicely done. We've got 3 new upgrades on the car then. Going into the...
Issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
I was about to say we were going to go to the Spanish Grand. Excuse me. I'm still fighting a bit of a sickness when I record some of these videos. I'm recording a bunch in a row. So, yeah. Unfortunately, there may be some coughing and stuff. But we've got another event now. So, ex-Formula 1 driver Lucas Weber has contacted us to request a tour of the chassis department. Having Lucas walk around the facility has the potential for a nice acclaim boost for the team, though of course it's likely to represent a bit of a distraction. I don't think we've got the 750 points. We might have them, but I don't see why not. The 1000 team acclaim is obviously a really good idea.
I know these kinds of decisions can be challenging, but I think you made the right call.
Okay, we did have enough, so that did go ahead. We got some
boss.
acclaim.
I think we could better manage our time by organising some team activities. Head to the activities screen to see what we have available.
We couldn't. We'd already done them all. That's what happens when you have a large season break. Of course, this season is semi-reflective of the season that we had before. The newer tracks that have been on the calendar, so Imola, Portimao, Jeddah for later in the calendar, will be added to the game as a free patch. But there's no, I don't think there's, as of yet, I don't know if there's a date on when they'll come in. But we're gonna jump straight onto for qualifying for Spain. We've got a lovely dry qualifying and race, so we shouldn't have too many issues here. Mm. All right. So Spain qualifying, I don't have a setup for this one, so I'm actually going to go increased downforce. I've been told that's one of the better ones to go for. I do want to have a quick look at the fuel. Just make sure we're rocking the lowest fuel, you know. And we are rocking the soft tires. Let's get into this. Already dipping a tire over gravel. Didn't quite like the banked curve for car, didn't but we're away. It's looking like we're gonna get P18 in qualifying. Oh, a spin in qualifying. Oh, very much excuse me. But we had that spin in qualifying then, which is gonna hurt us. So we definitely started from the back. Riding these cars, man, it's so much easier 2020.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Bottas, Hamilton, and Lando Norris. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
It looks like Red Bull didn't have a great qualifying. We will see on the grid, of course, because we do the track review and the grid. We show that all off to give you the true feeling. As to be honest, I'm just looking to finish. Be nice to finish a race.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the ground.
It's time
Okay,
to
if
take
I
a
can
look
stop
at our
coughing.
starting grid for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, and Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Vettel, and Pierre Gasly, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, and Mick Schumacher, Raikkonen, Schwartzman, Antonio Giovinazzi, and George Russell, Mazepin, Latifi, Shaw, and Yuki Tsunoda. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Oh, okay, so Tsunoda has a tempo-lace grid penalty. I think we just go with the standard, but I am going to make sure I drop the fuel down. But We're going to jump into the 5 red lights for the second round of the F1 2021 Mighty Career Mode. And away we go. It's a bit of a wheel spinny start. We actually going to lose for position to Yuki here, who perfectly cuts us off. We're looking for maybe a move around the outside. We're switching over to the inside to try and get Yuki. We kind of forced off the track a little bit. Sticking our nose probably quite not where it belongs, but we're looking to maybe, no, we do want to look to get some early moves done. And speaking of which, we're really eyeing up Yuki here. Just having a look into every turn. Because we got some fantastic closing speed. We may go for a dive here. We do, in fact, we get Latifi and Tsunoda. We side by side with Latifi, of course. But we do keep it, as I make the same mistake in qualifying. I make the same mistake in qualifying that I did, like, here in the race. Curbs are not your friend. Fortunately, no damage, no drama. We'll lose a few seconds, but it's better than having to pit really early. And we still got Latifi somewhat in striking range, as Latifi was the only one we held up. As speaking of Latifi, we're starting to catch him. We actually set a purple sector 1. Which is quite impressive in this car. As now we could look to get a move done, maybe on the Canadian-born Williams driver. Maybe looking for that late lunge again on Latifi. We get the job done beautifully.
Nice work. That brings you up a place.
Oh, but it's a bit squirrely. As we do hold it, but... So P21. Remember, Latifi was one of the reasons we crashed out in the first race.
This lap, we can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
And now it's all about getting your head down, trying to catch up to Russell and Tsunoda. Oh, that's not a very clean move. But we are starting to push away from Latifi. We don't want him in DRS. We kind of want to leave Latifi behind. But I don't think we stopped for DRS.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
A very early pit window. I think it's lap 6 we're
A
pitting.
new strategy is available on the MFD.
We're being suggested a new strategy. It's to pit on lap
Copy
8.
that.
We're actually going to take up on that offer. It looks like we're going to maybe pit Schwartzman early. But we're dropping Latifi now. We need to keep pushing.
The gap to the car ahead is 6.0 seconds.
Not planted around those corners at all, but I've notoriously had troubles with that corner in the past. Not exactly the wheel-to-wheel racing we would have hoped for. But we're getting some good laps, some good experience in. And who knows, maybe there'll be a safety car and then everything changes. We're just sort of staying even gapped. It's kind of tough right now. Russell's still getting DRS off Tsunoda. So we're needing to shut the gap in the corners. And we're not shutting enough of a gap, as we do usually pull like 3 to 4 tenths in the first sector. We are starting to catch this pack. As a bunch of drivers are coming in for their first pit stops. Russell is in fact one of them. So this is the lap in which we need to send it here. And we're going to have Leclerc come out right ahead of us. We just glide it round, but then we run it slightly wide. We take to the escape road. We're not in this battle with Leclerc, but we also need to keep pushing. So we're going to slot back in behind.
Keep taking care of them.
We've got no issues with tyre wear. I mean, it is 42% on that front left. But we got Sebastian Vettel behind. We are racing for position. Don't think it'll be this position, but we need to keep it going.
Robert is in the pits. Robert in the pits.
Lost the back end a little bit there. Robert goes into the pits.
In this lap.
And will be in this lap. So this has got to be a good in lap. As Vettel was having a look, we've got Sainz and Leclerc both ahead of us. We're holding Vettel up if nothing else. But Vettel sends it as now we're gonna get him on the inside. This is wheel to wheel racing with the Alfa Romeo, with the Aston Martin. It's good racing. There's no contact, no nothing. We didn't get any DRS advantages like I was kind of hoping for. But we come in then incident free, might I add. Into the box for a stop. As Gio is changing tires, just gets out ahead of us. As we flick our tires.
Go now. Pit strategy complete.
We are going to be behind Russell and Mazepin, but we do come out still ahead of Latifi. Have a little bit of a brushing with a curb. You know how we do. But the gap, we did get like a second on these two. And now they're well, I say they're starting to battle. It looks like Russell has got Mazepin. As Alonso is actually in 18th. Rather interestingly, it's home GP no less. Alright, let's start closing that gap. Mazepin is on hard, so we could chase him down theoretically on these brand new mediums. The gap is coming down. We're really good in Sector 1, to be fair. Had a half look at Mazepin there. We don't need to do anything rash. We'll get DRS off him in the straight. Should blitz past with the because he's on the harder set of compound, but a really poor exit there is really not going to help matters.
The car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tires.
As we got the overspeed, can we get it slowed down enough? Just about. And it's up into P20. Yes, it is. Okay.
Green flag.
Oh, there's a yellow flag. As I've gone wide there a little bit. Nicholas Latifi is actually out of the session with an engine failure.
Gap to car in front
He
is
was running in
2.6 seconds.
22nd anyway. I don't think he'll be too upset with that failure, if I'm honest. Alright, so Mazepin's going to try and come back at us with DRS, but we're pulling away. A little bit of a moment on the curb there, but we hold it enough. Alonso and Russell aren't quite in battling range, so we're going to struggle to catch up.
Yellow flag.
As there's still a yellow flag. I think it's still for Latifi, yep. Who is pulled off of the side of the track, but... Shame about no safety car. We're feeling pretty punchy here. As we've blitzed away from Mazepin. As I say that...
We're seeing major front wing damage. Box, box, box. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
As I say that... There's been a crash from me. I got too risky with those curbs on the comeback. And I'm gonna have to limp it into the pits.
Watch the rear wing. You've taken some slight damage. The virtual safety car has been deployed. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. There's been an incident resulting in a high level of debris on the track.
I know, it was me. The real shame.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Release, release.
We're still under VSC.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace. Understood. Copy that. Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
Almost fucked that up. It's either Spain without the S or Spain without the A. Your choice.
We're trailing our teammate by 40.1 seconds. Damage to the rear wing. You have damage to your rear wing.
I'm trying to get onto the track.
We're not racing the car behind. Let them past when you can.
Definitely Spain without the S.
Okay, clear. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. That was a heck of an impact.
Yep.
Let me know you're okay.
That's about right. You can't control it when the damage is gone like that. That was rough. Oh, this is turning out to be a very tough My Team start to retirements.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Alright then, so another session, another DNF. A tough one to accept, but here we are.
After this round of the World Championship,
Yeah.
here's how things look in the drivers' table. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Yuki Tsunoda gets my vote today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So there you have it. Valtteri Bottas is currently leading the championship as Mercedes have won over on Red Bull. But that's enough for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. More pain. Hopefully we'll finish a race. But I wouldn't hold too much hope because the next one is Monaco. Until next time, everybody, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Take it easy, everybody. Goodbye.